Hey, I'm Trevor Cars, children's author, and I'm looking to promote my books to the world and inspire people to stand out and be different. So I really wanted to create this process video to help others who would maybe be interested in sharing my books with the world. And I'm really happy to go through this with you and just talk a little bit more about how I'd like to promote my books. So this is my landing page that we can see right here. And this is what people see when they go to Trevor Cars, Cars is spelled with two S's.com. So this is the first page. And it's a simple lead generation page. So people can send in their email and get a free story that I've created. So what happens is somebody will submit their email, they'll hit grab, then they'll get my book. First, they'll be sent to this welcome page, and this is where they can get their free book. And it also mentions that they'll get a few more fun messages and free monthly bundles of fun and just a few messages to kind of help inspire them to be different. So let's just go through the book and what people will receive in exchange for their email. So this is one of my books. It's a really simple book called How to Be a Kid. And I've written and illustrated this book. So we'll just go through it really quick. These are like guide steps that people can follow to be more like a kid and have fun. So look up at the stars, smile more, put up your hand and ask questions, share your lunch with someone who forgot theirs, grab a cookie from the highest cookie jar, whatever it takes. I like this one. This is one of my most favorites. Avoid dark clouds. I think it's important as a kid to try to be happy and avoid those dark moments. Splash in every puddle, get messy. Say hi to other kids. Climb trees. Draw anything that pops into your head. And that's it, the end. And then it takes them to a number of my other books here. And that's just a taste of some of the books that I have. And then people can hit explore and check out my Amazon page. So that's just the rundown. Let's go back to this main page here. So I want people to go to this page and submit their email. I want to get as many emails as possible of people who are interested in standing out, who want to be different. So how are we going to do this? Well, I want to go after parents. And parents are interesting to me because they read to their kids and they're likely active on social. They're probably young parents and they're active on social. So what I decided is I would create a script that I would send to parents on Facebook to connect with them. So I just want to go over these messages, and again, this might change and I might kind of evolve this, but I just wanted to create some scripts here. So here we've got scripts that I would want maybe a virtual assistant to take care of. And let's just go through these. And then I'm going to walk through the exact steps of how this works. So intro message. If I'm talking to a prospect, first thing I'll say is, hey, and then use their name. So this is whoever the person's name is that you're talking to. Glad to see another Parent Life Network member. So this is actually the name of the group. Okay. And we'll just use Parent Life Network as an example. We'll show you just in a second how this works. Would you like a fun free children's book that I discovered? So I don't want to send a parent my link, okay? I don't want to send them to Trevor Cars yet. I want to get their consent that they've agreed to be contacted and sent a link. If somebody doesn't want a link, they won't respond and we won't worry about them. So this is a simple introductory message. And the next message is, if the prospect says yes, I'd love to have a book, or sure, then we'll send them this message. Perfect. Here it is. It's really simple. Now, again, if they say thank you, then we can add this message. And then if they say no, you can say no worries. In case you change your mind, here is the link. No big deal. And then if the prospect wants to know more, then just say the book is about being a kid, just like what I showed you there. That's what the book is. So just send them this message, and then here it is. So get fairly quick to the point. But at the end of the day, I need them to say something in return before I send a message. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to copy this text. What we're going to do is head over to Facebook, and I'm just going to go through this really simply for you. So you're on your main Facebook page, your news feed here. What you're going to do is head over to groups. And that was under Explore. So these are all the groups that I'm a part of. Of course, you may be a part of more groups or different groups. And what we want to do is find parent groups. So I've already gone ahead and found a fantastic group because I'm in Canada and I'm a Canadian author, illustrator, and I want to promote in Canada. So what you can do is join Parent Life Network Canada, and you can find it by searching on Facebook. But let's just click here. I'm already a part of it. I've joined the group. So once you've joined this group, you'll be able to have access to conversations. And what we're actually going to do is on the right side here, we are going to go and click on where it says members, 104,000 members. We're going to click on the members link, and it's going to send you to the list of all the members. And we're just going to keep scrolling down until we see recently joined. It's going to say recently joined. So these are new members that have just recently joined. And what we're going to do is we're going to highlight the first person, and then don't click, just hover over their name, and then you'll see the message button right there. So that's an indicator that this person has Facebook Messenger on their account. So what we're going to do is we're going to message them. So we click the message button, and then in your message box, you're going to copy paste that first script, change the word name to CME. So I like being personal, and just using their name is a good way to connect with them. Glad to see another Parent Life Network member. Again, the name of the group. This is the name of the group, Parent Life Network. So that's what we want to do, is make sure that it says Parent Life Network member. Would you like a fun free children's book that I discovered? Of course, you yourself haven't written or illustrated this particular book, so you want to make sure that you discovered it and that you're just sharing the love here. So this is the message that we would send. And then we just go ahead, hit enter, and then that's it. And then again, like we looked at the scripts, if we go back to the scripts, again, we wait. A couple days later, prospect might say yes, or sure, or thank you, that's awesome. Then if they say some sort of agreeing term, we'll send them, perfect, here it is. And that's what we'll do. So we just go back and we target the next person. And look, I've already messaged them, so I can skip that. But what you'll do is you'll just keep going down the list, and you'll just keep going to the next person, message them, send that first message, and go to the next person, message them, change the name to theirs, to their first name, hit enter, and you'll just go to the next person, Alyssa, hit the message box, paste that first script, and then type in their name, hit enter. So all you're really changing in the message is the word name here. That's all you're changing. So it's really straightforward in terms of the process. And you're just continuing to go through each one. you really want to make sure that you change the word name. I think that's really important. And then eventually what happens is, so you'll get this security check, and that indicates that you've reached out to 50 people in that day. So you can actually reach about 50, you can reach 50 people before you get that message. And all you do is you hit cancel and you ignore the message, and you just close that. But you can actually reach 50 people in a day. Okay. So every 24 hours, you can hit up 50 people in this list, 50 different people. And you can do 50 people because you're just copying, pasting that script. You can reach 50 people within 15 minutes. I've actually timed it, and I can do it less than 15 minutes. I'm not even a fast typer. So 15 minutes is really straightforward, and you can reach 50 people because, again, you're just going one after the other, highlighting their name, message. And what you'll know is sometimes when you hover over the name, this message button might not be there. So you'll just skip over them, right? And you'll just keep going to the next person. You might accidentally click their name. That's okay. Just click out of the box and just hover over and then you just keep going and messaging with that same message. So you want to do this over and over again. And when you get that block message, then you just stop and you don't continue. So make sure you don't go past 50 because then it won't show up. So that's essentially all you need to do. So, I mean, if we go back to my message box here, maybe I'll go to an example here. Let's just look at maybe some messages that I've sent that we can look at. And I'm just scrolling down. So these are a bunch of them that I've actually sent messages to. And you'll get a lot that don't respond, but I find that I get several. So you get a response. Let's skip that one. It's from a different one. Here's an example. Here we go. Let's just to give you an idea of the conversation flow of what I've done in the past. Here's one to check out. So I talked to Ashley, glad to see another parent member. I sent her that simple first line script. And she says, sure, that would be great. So she's accepting. Sometimes what you'll get is people will just have this, accepted your request. That's an invitation for you to send your second message, the perfect here it is message. And so they might not have sure, that would be great. It might just say this part. And that means you can continue with this step where you say, perfect, here it is, send the link. And then that's it. You'll leave it at that. If they continue to talk with you, then you can send a third message saying, hey, if you like this, share with your friends. And again, we go back to the script here, the examples. Happy to spread the love. Feel free to share with your friends too. So this script here is really the master setup in terms of the process. So you'll just want to follow these lines. And that's all you'll do. Now there's over 100,000 people in this group, 104,000 people in this group. So it would take many, many days, months to go through everyone in this list. So this is a good example of a fantastic list to go through. And this is exactly who we're targeting, parents in Canada. It's a perfect list. So that's really the structure of how I would send out a message to get people to subscribe to my landing page and to my future books. Because what I have on the back end is multiple messages, the monthly newsletter. I have all this free content on the back end, and they also get their free story, which is fantastic. So yeah, this is the entire process. That's really all there is to it. It's just all in Facebook and all under the groups, and it's just going after each member over and over again. And with 50 people reached out to, you might get 10 to 15 who come back and they want the free book. Maybe you'll get 20 people. And in that case, it's perfect. You can send them the book, and then of the 20, you might get 5 or 6 a day who subscribe to the inbox, which is awesome. And it's exciting to see people enjoying stories. And, for parents that maybe don't have the money to go out and buy a book, I think this is a fantastic opportunity to share stories with parents who are maybe struggling, and it just gives them an opportunity to read something fun to their little ones. And there's nothing more satisfying than knowing that we've shared stories with the world and that people can enjoy them. So that's it. It's in a nutshell everything that I can think of for this process document. Thanks a lot for learning and checking this out.